Today we're going to go over a couple concepts in PoE2, such as trading, how to price items, how to farm your currency. This guide is intended for new players just getting into the game. It's not an all-exhaustive guide, but it's my way of paying back to the PoE2 community. So, when we're buying and selling items in PoE2, there's two main currencies that everyone's using. The smaller denomination would be Exalted Orbs. This is just like your dollar currency, your dollar bill used for everything. And then you have your big currency right here, which is the Divine Orb. This is for big purchases, for end game items. It'll be listed in Divine Orbs. So how do you actually get these currency items and where do you spend them? First things first is when you're killing monsters, mostly rares, they'll drop currency items such as Exalted Orbs or Divine Orbs. You want to save those over time to spend on your gear and equipment. The second thing I want to talk about is the currency exchange. So when you're picking up these orbs, you can get rid of the ones you don't want for Exalted Orbs and Divine Orbs. So after Act 3, you have access to the currency exchange. There's a couple NPCs that you'll be able to go to actually access the currency exchange. Right now in my hideout, we have access to Alpha. I'll left click on Alpha, select the currency exchange, and inside here, essentially what you could do is list whichever orbs you're not going to be using for either crafting or buying. I'll show you an example right now. So we'll use Orbs of Alchemy. Say we wanted to trade Orbs of Alchemy for Exalted Orbs. In the selling portion, select Orb of Alchemy, and then in the buying portion, we're going to want Exalted Orbs. It'll give us a market ratio of what they're currently going for. So I could sell 4 Orbs of Alchemy for 1 Exalted. You place your order, and instantly, if it's at the proper ratio, it'll get filled. Left click, get your Exalted Orb. Bam, there you go. You have some more currency to spend on gear. The next thing I want to talk about is how to actually buy items using the PoE2 trade website, how to actually find the items you're looking for, how to filter for them, and we'll use a real life example of buying an item. First thing you're going to want to do when you're trading in PoE2 is actually go to the PoE2 trade website. I'll leave a link in the description below. It'll take you to this page right here. You'll make sure you're logged into your PoE account. Here is an example. So say we're looking for a pair of boots. We'll go to type filters right here, item category, go to boots, and we'll add stat filters for what we're looking for. A lot of people, let's say, look for resistances. We could type in cold resistance, and then you'll get a minimum and a max roll there that you're looking for. So we'll do a minimum of 20 cold resistance. Let's see, we'll add on some life, maybe have a minimum of 80 life because we're looking to be tankier. Maybe some fire resistance, 20 as well, that's a good value, and some lightning resistance. We'll just go all 20s across the board and we'll search, see what comes up. So first things first, people are listing it 1 Orb of Alchemy, 1 Exalted, so on and so forth. And at any point, you can message one of these guys. We'll click Direct Whisper, and we'll go back in game. So it'll automatically translate your message to whoever you're trying to buy the item from. They'll send you a party invite. You'll accept the party invite. Then you'll right click on their name on the left-hand side here, go to Visit Hideout. They'll send you a trade request. We'll put in the 1 Exalted Orb, double check the boots, make sure everything's good. All right, we'll accept the order. There you go. That's our first trade being done. Now we have some boots. Sometimes when you're trading in PoE2, you'll see items being listed for 1 Exalted. Depending on how far you are into the current league that's going on right now, some people don't want to sell their items for 1 Exalted because it's just a waste of time for them. They're very high level. They're in level 90s. They're worrying about bigger things. There's also price fixing. So you may have to either jump up how much you're spending on certain items, just keep messaging people, and eventually someone will invite you. The next thing I want to talk about is selling your items in PoE2 and how to actually price your items. So the first thing you're going to need when you're trading in PoE2 is a premium stash tab. You can grab a premium stash tab from the shop here. You can upgrade to a premium stash tab for 15 coins. It's roughly $1.50, I believe. You should have 300 coins from buying the early access, unless you got it for free. So when you're trading in PoE, you're going to be finding your items. You're going to ask yourself, how do I actually trade? How do I sell items? You're going to need the premium tab to actually list it as public so other people can see it. Then you can put your items in here. Say you find this ring, you don't know what it's worth or anything like that. You could just toss it in here, right click, hit public to make sure you can actually show it to other people. Set exact price on items. We'll do 2 Exalted Orbs. That's like the dollar currency in the game. We'll hit OK, and then other people will be able to see this off of the trade website. So the next thing we all want to talk about is how do you actually know if your item is worth something or if it's garbage and just vendor trash. There's two main ways that you can figure out if your item is worth anything. The easiest way is to download a program called PoE Overlay 2. That's what I use. Some people use Exiled Exchange. It's a price checking tool that you could use on your items. I'll show you how PoE Overlay 2 works right now. So say you have an item and we'll see the best mods on the item. I'm not just going to instantly select everything because that's not going to give anywhere near what it's worth. Right now, I'll take the mana, I'll take cast speed, and I'll take intelligence. We'll just start with those three to get a baseline price. I see people listing it for minimum 1 divine, 2 divine, so on and so forth. And we know that elemental resistances are big as well for a good modifier. We can add that in and also see what that comes up as. That's 50 divine. That's a little outrageous. I doubt anyone would buy my current ring for that much, but we get a baseline of what it's going to be worth. On to the longer method that we're going to use to price check our items. We're going to mouse over what item we have. We're going to remember the 200 mana, 22% cast speed, 32 to intelligence. We'll use that as our baseline. Open up our Path of Exile to trade website right here. This is the official trade website. We'll plug in all of our numbers here under stat filters. Make sure to select a ring because we have a ring that we're trying to sell. Hit search so we could see what we could roughly list our item for. This way takes way longer. Most people just download the third-party program for price checking. With all that being said, I hope this video helps you in trading in PoE 2. I hope I covered every topic. If you have any comments or questions, leave them down below. As always, I gotta plug the channel, so feel free to like and subscribe. I appreciate it, and I'll hopefully be making more PoE 2 content soon. And happy loot farming.